Hello again. All right, let's take a look at this next example. So to start with, what's different about this example compared to the previous one? That is correct. There are some terms that are missing. What do you think we need to do with the missing x cubed and the missing x? That is exactly right. All right, but before we get to division, we're going to drop into remainder theorem because we are dividing by linear expression, slope is equal to 1. So I can just plug in, what do we plug in to use the remainder theorem? You are correct. -1, and we get a 3. So again, I like this tool in the next lesson for finding roots and zeros and solving like that, because very quickly we can look at that and go, x plus 1 is not a factor, -1 is not a root, and move on like this. The long division for this one's going to take a little bit of time. All right, so let's do the long division. And like I suggested at the beginning, you need to account for those missing terms. If they're missing in the dividend, if they're missing in the divisor, put a 0 placeholder there so that you can keep it straight. When you're doing the long division, all of the columns should have the same exponent, and that will help you reduce mistakes as you work it. So highly recommended, put those zeros there. And we're just going to do the same process that we did before. Break up the dividend into the terms, compare it to the leading coefficient of the dividend and the divisor, and what does what? There you go. Write it at the top, and then multiply that by the divisor, subtract the line, and again, suggestion, bring all of the terms down. Again, this is to help reduce mistakes that I see when students don't bring the terms down. So bring them all down, repeat the process. So now we are using the leading terms again with that thinking idea and finish it off. So rinse and repeat all the way down like that. Now there is, from the remainder theorem, we've done it twice so far, the remainder for these are always a number. So if you do long division and you have a remainder that has an x in it, you can automatically assume you made a mistake. Now that's only applicable to dividing by the linear divisor leading coefficient of 1. Next example, we'll do something different. All right, well, let's double check before we state those answers. So just like before, multiply divisor and quotient, add the remainder. There you go. So like that. This one also works with synthetic division, so I'm going to do that next as well. Just like the remainder theorem, we're going to use -1. You still have to put those 0 placeholders to keep track of that. Bring that leading coefficient down, multiply by what's in the box, write it in the next column, add those columns, repeat the process like that, and then finish it off. If you do synthetic division first, remember the quotient, that last line that we get, will always be 1 degree less than the dividend. So we started with x to the 4th, so we'll start with x cubed. The very last number will be the remainder. Awesome. It did it automatically last time. I don't know what's going on. Bye.